Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tokyo Dark Remembrance, where we are just continuing to have a bad time. So, two things. Yes, I slightly reorganized the EVs as well as my camera placement just so slightly. I also have no idea why part of my camera just looks completely off color balance when I have it at the TV set. I've tried changing 4 different settings in order to correct the issue that I had last time, trying to show the character portrait, but nothing works. So yeah, I apologize. So let's just continue and suffer. Okay, so we still have the guide hold up. Now we talk to the guy in the tea shop. Now we should have a different conversation from the last time. We already do have a different conversation start from the last time. With, oh hey Beardy, how you doing? Come in, Naomi. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. We have much to discuss. The last time I listened to your story about the Common Kai and the Mask Bearer, I ignored the fact that a simple historian would have no way of knowing about any of it. I guess I had other concerns that seemed so convenient that the answer to all my problems was so close by that I didn't question it. There's only one way you could know all that you do. You were there. I suppose one might consider me part of the corruption the Common Kai were so trying hard to contain. A being that slipped into your world from the other side. Kami? I doubt that term would be appropriate anymore. Being amongst the mortality of your kind has irreversibly changed the shape of our minds. Was it true? All that stuff about a girl in the ruins of Kamakura and the old Common Kai? Or was it another trick to keep me moving? I had no reason to lie. Admittedly, I left out a key moment from that story. The ending. Chikiko Sakaguchi was my friend. Well, maybe friend isn't an appropriate term for it. I respected her. We'd often debate about whether the mankind she was tasked to preserve was worth saving. Preserve. Wow, I can't word. As usual. I think over time she grew to love and hate her own kind in equal fashion. Listen to me rambling away again. Why'd she remain the mask bearer if she hated humanity so much? Perhaps she felt they weren't using the second chance she'd given them. It's a great burden to the mask bearer to sacrifice your own humanity to stand vigil at the door. What were the Common Kai really so desperate to protect us from? You told me before I was to prevent men from abusing a divine power, but now it sounds like it was the other way around. Like she was trying to stop something. To stand vigil at the door is to be neither human nor God, to stop both from interfering with one another. Mankind stops at nothing to conquer the world. The world wants nothing more than to restore the balance mankind has disrupted. Sounds like a battle that can't be won to me. I don't think winning is the goal. Don't you see how much potential mankind has if it would just let go of its ephemeral desires and need for conquest? If you're asking me, in my years of the Force taught me mankind has a long way to go. So what happened to her? At some point she stopped being a mask bearer, right? A story for another time. First there's something you must do for me. Or have you forgotten? Do I? Yeah, I remember. You mean the magazine you had me get the first time I was here. Why? What's the point in doing it if I already know the outcome? Because that is how our conversation continues. It is how it has always been. I am a slave to the course of events as much as you are. Then you'll tell me everything? Yeah, I'll tell you how the story ends. Fine, I'll be back soon. Multiple playthroughs, multiple confusion, multiple headaches. We now talk with... We don't get the octopus balls. Okay, we just ask about the tea shop. The old tea shop next door? Isn't that place closed down? Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street, on account of him being the only one I ever see in there. You may not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. He might be a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him, eh? Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something, and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him too, so he must be good. Maybe he's not so crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there, maybe recently? I was led to believe that you would. Oh, geez. Go on. Well, like I said, the place has been empty for years, but, you know, I spend a lot of time outside, and half the time the door's wide open. So, one day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious, or nothing. I was just curious, is all. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there were all sorts of weird stuff lying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I try to be on standby for when things happen, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then, he was going through some particularly tough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language, Miss, had left him and taken their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Ugh, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the book when I got this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns with the door unlocked. Customer came in and called an ambulance. If it wasn't for that, I'm not sure he'd still be here. That's quite a story. Sounds to me like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In any case, I took the book with him while he was in the hospital. Wanted to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped. For a minute, anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back to that toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother, and I worry about him. He hasn't been answering my phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, I'm sorry again, had the bright idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it with everything he's got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some papers and move on, but he can't. Something about it has his claws deep into him. I've been trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef, and we can make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passerbys and getting in some sunshine is all good for us all. Plus, food stands are doing really well abroad, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Shinjuku? Yeah, in a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, he's probably still got it at his place. Beardy, I think one of your previous messages got cut off. I only saw the most recent "I'm still friendly with all of them but meh" message. What's going on, buddy? You want the address? Wait, I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daiso, right? You know him? Small world was probably the smile on my face that threw you off. Wait, did you send me a private message? I gotta admit, Beardy, I'm a little lost to what's going on. I just checked my everything. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him takoyaki stands are the future of cuisine and get his butt over here. I'll do that. Thanks for all your help. So we're still at negative 79 sanity. It's tough being insane all the time. But now we leave. Neighbor's dog is barking something fierce. I don't know if you can hear it. Anyway, we go to Shinjuku. We run all the way to Daiso's bar. Oh. You'll send me a Discord DM about it later. Okay, Beardy. Yeah, feel free. Hi, Ayami. How can I help you out today? Hey, Daiso. How were things? You know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? Yeah, I met Haruto. What are the chances? Who knows, maybe it was preordained. Huh, who would have thought? So, is he still selling takoyaki at his stand? Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands for the future of cuisine, and that you should go and help him. Yeah, you talked to Haruto, alright. This is Tokyo Dark Remembrance. It is a psychological horror game. I've been playing it for quite a while. I backed it on Kickstarter. And honestly, the Steam version is decent enough, but this version added a little more like background information, and as a result, it's only available on Switch. Because the PS4 version got delisted. Yay! Oh, boy. Hang on a moment. Always the optimist, that guy. I actually have a favor to ask you. Do you still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? The only thing that guy gives me is headaches. Not sure if I can help you, Ayami. He said he gave it to you while you were in the hospital. What makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups. Besides, that adult's bringing me stuff all the time. Always trying to drag me kicking and screaming over to where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently. After a rough patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no, it's fine. That idiot. Always running his mouth. Friggin' traitor. Those were just some, hard times. Nothing serious. I just drank too much is all. I'm sorry, Detective, but I don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories, Daiso. Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? The truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. It was one of the ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait here a second. I might have it in the storeroom still. Dang it. Sorry, hold on a sec. Amazing how much junk someone just accumulates over the years. Maybe I should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Not me! Yeah, it's great art style. I don't know how well it's showing up through my camera. I think my camera is washing out some of the colors, which really does irritate me. It's from Cherry Mochi Studios. They've worked on a total of 3 games. I'm waiting for their 3rd game, which I backed to come out. Their other game just dropped, and I haven't looked into it yet. Mostly because it doesn't necessarily feel like the kind of game I would be into, even as someone who likes certain casual horror games. I just need to look into it, actually. I need to go into a deeper dive of information, but my backlog is already massive. Anyway, here it is. It's yours, Detective. And it is something I completely forgot about. It's the Idol magazine that has Ruby on the front. Well, I remember her currently as Rumi. I cannot remember her actual name. Huh. Hey, no wonder I recognize that photo you brought by. It's the same girl, an idol named Ruby. Reina. That's it, Reina. Ugh, what a week for me. No, Ruby, see? It says so right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. I guess that means you're still looking for her. I wonder why we keep running into each other. Must be fate. Yeah, I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. If you say so, Daiso. Do you mind if I take this? Oh, like I said, it's yours. About time I started getting rid of some of my old junk. Thank you. See you around, Ayami. Take care, Daiso. Okay. Alright, we go back to Asakusa. We go back to the tea shop. We get new conversations here. Welcome back, Detective. Reina, the last mask bearer. Poor thing, she had no idea what was being done to her. I need to develop more old men voices. Nor did the new Kamen Kai lead by Tokimasa know what they had done. Not truly. You promised me an end to the story. Well, let's hear it. Yeah, it's not a happy one, I'm afraid. After a time, Shichiko began to forget herself. The immortality that the mask granted scraped from her memories of being human. The being she was tasked to protect seemed increasingly alien to her. Constantly bombarded with the whispers of her dead brethren, as well as the kami whose words she could not possibly understand, she went mad. Her hatred and sorrow turned to bloodlust, sacrificing new souls to sustain the mask and the dark for a while longer. The girl I knew eroded away. She became a monster. The last spark of her humanity only emerged in her final act. One day, in order to destroy herself, she donned the mask and entered the door. There was only a brief window afterwards for the mask to gain a new master and retain control of the dark. But there was no one. The dark no longer had a master, and so it began to feed on the hatred of mankind, leaking back into our world in return. By the time Tokimasa found the mask, strange creatures had begun to manifest. The energy within the dark had been mixing with that of this world, and something had been born. It's been growing in the dark. Not a kami or a man, but something new. You know, that's a solid idea for a D&D plotline. The arena's binding to the masthead has slowed its growth. She lacks the will to resist what's coming. Of that I'm certain. It isn't the ending to Shichika's story you promised me, is it? It's my own. You knew. You always knew from the moment I set foot in here. You knew it was in store for me. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As I said, it's not a happy ending. You expect me to accept that? To abandon everything and become some scarecrow in the dark? You've seen now what the dark is and what it's capable of. I imagine that darkness spreading throughout the world, corrupting it all it touches. Only you can stop it, but it's the choice. It cannot force you. The collector said resisting was the only way to stay human and free. It's true. Going against the flow may grant you some measure of peace, but it will not make you free. What awaits you has already come to pass. Eventually, you will accept it. But at least for now, the choice is yours. Oh, yo, Hollow, how you doing? According to my notes, yes, Beardy, I've known for a couple of days we are getting the Galactic Patrol anime. We're also getting the Beerus Redux of Super. I know about it. I am a little excited. Honestly, my Dragon Ball Burnout is noticeable. I'll still watch it when it comes out. I did enjoy Daima. I did indeed enjoy Daima. Anyway, we are to forget and remain ourselves. I don't want this. I want to be me a little longer. Yeah, it's alright, child. Experience the possibilities of the time you have left. Until we meet again. Okay, yike. Sitting there comfortably, the historian Yusha casually laid out everything I have experienced, like he was reading it out of a book. A mass suicide, ancient groups, a door to the spiritual realm. It sounded like a myth, an interesting story told to travelers in a bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Reina. Can't understand it. The bridge between the Kamakura samurai and the young girl. You said right after the story, she is a mask bearer but half. Okay, so yeah, this is the playthrough 1 dialogue that we are re-experiencing. Yuisha, the collector. Just when I thought I met them, I'd entered their world and I could start to understand however faintly what was going on, but my intuition as a detective tells me their side, something's from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. Yeah. What day is it anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night, the hours bleed into each other, even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Everything's blurring together. Ugh, my head. Maybe I should take my medication. Impossible though it seems, following the old man's hunch is my best bet to finally understand the mask. Even Takashi didn't know what happened to the Kama and Kai. Finding the police report is the way forward. A few weeks ago, it would have been easy for me to ask around and pull a file. It'll be a bit more difficult now, I imagine. Yeah, I think it's the same dialogue. What's the worst that could happen? I should head to HQ and see what I can find. Okay, yeah, so all I can do is go to Police HQ. Oh, shit, you gotta be kidding me. What was my Taria voice? I know it was sleazy and greasy. I legitimately don't remember what I used for my Taria voice. Give me 1 second. No. I'm talking about the sleazy greaseball guy on the right. No, I needed to send off a message real quick. Funny, me and some of the other guys were just talking about you after practice the other day. Specifically, we were taking bets on how long it would be before you showed your face again. Shame you coming in here now cost me 10,000 yen. Not that it matters. Ever since you left, things are looking up for me. I won the last Department Kendo tournament, and I've been enjoying my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty cops, or you, in other words, ain't allowed in HQ right now. So what do you want? We say we need a favor. Oh man, this just gets better and better. Begging me for a favor, huh? Kinda figured you might someday. So what do you want me to do, Ito? Sneak into the evidence locker? Steal your gun back for you? Like I do anything for you. The brass have already told everyone in the damn station to steer clear of you. You're considered bad luck for people's careers. Well, myself excluded, I suppose. Wouldn't expect anyone to do you any favors from here on out if I were you. And I'd rather not have people see us talking and thinking that we're all friendly or something. Now get out before I have to call someone down here. We do not threaten with violence. We exit the police station. And be calm about it. We are forced to go to Asakusa. And we enter the dojo. I'm surprised to see you back. How can I help you, Detective? The historian, we've already know about this one. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure this is all playthrough 1 dialogue. I need to send off another message real quick. I spoke to Yasuhisa, the historian. You were right. He knew about the common guy in the mask. Takashi, what is he? Tenchi, how you doing? Don't understand your question. He's one of them. Them? Ito, are you alright? He's just an old man. What else would he be? No, Takashi, you must have noticed there's something off about him. Like the collector, but not exactly like him. I'm not sure what Yasuhisa told to scare you like this, but I've known him for years. This might actually be unique dialogue, or slightly unique dialogue, compared to our first playthrough. He's a bit eccentric, and too philosophical for his own good, but he's harmless. Let me offer some advice. What you're feeling right now, it's not him. It's you. The more time I spent researching the Common Kai and the past, the more I began to feel like the world had gone mad. But it hadn't. It continued to turn on its axis as it always does. It was me who became unhinged. You could always walk away, Detective Ito. Some mysteries aren't worth solving. Alright, you train police? I was told your dojo trains a lot of police. That's right. I train many of them personally. Do you know Akira Taria, a detective from Tokyo HQ? Ah, yes, Detective Taria. I know him quite well. A man with a great deal of innate talent in martial arts. Though that talent is offset somewhat by his, how to put it, brash personality. Brash is a very diplomatic way of putting it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but Taria is just about the only usable link I've got left in the police force, and the one person who's trying to stop me the most. Steve Taro! How you doing, buddy? Been a while. Seeing as you train with him all the time, I was hoping you might, know something that would change his mind, if you know what I mean. Are you asking me to help you blackmail Taria? Beyond the obvious reasons why I wouldn't help you do that, I also happen to think it wouldn't work. You might be surprised to hear this, but Detective Taria actually lives a fairly straightforward life. His excesses are nothing that would draw any scrutiny, at least not among his fellow officers. I hear he's engaged to be married soon as well. Someone actually agreed to marry that slime? That poor girl. Yes, a very nice girl. Apparently they're quite happy together. Oh yeah? I'll see how long that lasts. May I ask what exactly Taria did to make you feel so strongly about him? Did to me? You should be asking him that. Ever since I started, he looked down on me and never missed a chance to remind me how he felt. I ignored him because I figured if I worked hard enough and earned my promotion, it would shut up once and for all. You eventually got this promotion, I take it. Well, he did shut up. But did he shut up like you thought? No, he got worse. And it started with him spreading rumors about me sleeping around in HQ, and then there were various complaints to my supervisor. He couldn't stand that I'd won. It's all falling apart now, though, huh? He got my old job, and every time I see him, he has that smug grin on his stupid face, like he's mocking me. Juzz! How you doing? So you hate the fact that at least in his mind, he was right. Something like that. Taria's not the first person to think a woman that didn't deserve his promotion I got, but it stung a little extra when he ended up at my desk. So, Juzzy, in my honest opinion, it's... How do I desperately want to put it? So, I'm on my second playthrough. I'm getting new information out of it. The very first ending that I got, highly disappointing for the time that I put into it. But then again, I looked into it, and all of the endings are meant to be disappointing. You're not supposed to get a good ending until you do a lot of exploration. And even then, it's a bittersweet style ending. It's a psychological horror game designed to invoke those feelings. And I've been okay. It's been rough. Arbok messaged me about his hopefully not permanent retirement. But yeah, this is one of those psychological horror games where the endings are intentionally bad and or vague. But it's also a visual novel. If you like a good super, I get it, Juz, I get it. When it comes to Tokyo Dark, I think the Switch version is the best version of the game. If you like dark, creepy, supernatural horror mysteries, it's right up your alley. The game will make you feel stupid a couple of times. Because there's also that point-and-click adventure nature to it. Some of the comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. I apologize, Juz, you got censored. I'm going to get back to narrating, if you don't mind, while you figure out how you want to communicate. Yes, I thought as much. You're not saying you think that brown-nosing, sexist, lazy, good-for-nothing asshole actually deserves my spot, are you? No. I can't judge the inner workings of the police force. But from what I've heard, he certainly wouldn't be the first time an officer didn't earn their promotion honestly. Often, I watch my students spar, and I noticed an interesting trend. You see, usually the outcome of matches have nothing to do with their skill. Is there a moral at the end of this story? Patience, Ito. You see, two students will face each other, but before they even draw their swords, they've already decided the outcome. Students rank each other and themselves based on practice, their social status, their schools, or any number of things before they even enter my dojo. A student perceiving himself as stronger will always be more relaxed, more ready to attack, while the student who's resigned himself to defeat desperately defends. It's not skill or merit that wins the battle, it's expectations. Do you see where I'm going with this? I do, but I'm not sure if I like it. You're saying that unless I can break Taria's perception of me, I'll keep losing, right? Exactly. For a man like Taria who expects certain things of women, you've defied him at every turn, but... if I suck up to him and play the part, I might throw him off guard enough for me to win this fight. Sound about right? Very perceptive. Here, this should help. Sake? It's a gift. Wow, that's so flattering. I barely even know you. I suppose in order to degrade myself in front of scum like Taria, I could use a drink. It's not for you. It's for Taria. Oh, and here I was thinking you were being nice. This is a very expensive brand. As a matter of fact, it's Taria's favorite. A gift for his promotion. A promotion he stole. A promotion into my position. Think of it as a way to throw him off balance. You can't strike at his heart until he drops his guard, after all. You know how to play the role he expects of you. I suspect you know the type of woman he likes. It just pains me to admit that might work. Thanks for the sake. We are not drinking the sake! My professionalism went up 10 points. Okay, cool. So I am insane, professional, really good at investigating, and I'm stressed. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm sorry. That's it, Ito. I've heard enough of your... Wait. What? You heard it right, Taria. I'm sorry. You're a good detective, and I never did congratulate you on your promotion. Here, this is for you. I got it. So you think bribing me is gonna work, huh? Kennomichi? Is that a bottle of Kennomichi? No way. Sells out in weeks. Even my family's rarely managed to get a bottle, and they know the people who to ask. How do you get it? That's not important. Consider it an apology for how I've treated you in the past. I present this to you as a way to formally hand over my old position. It's clearly in better hands now. But... Ito. Get up, will ya? Ito, it's fine. Just get up already. Okay, I accept your apology. Hell, I didn't even know you felt that way. I mean, in light of recent events and all, it's long overdue. Guess with all the stress you've gone through, the delay is understandable. Glad you finally learned to manage your emotions appropriately. Thank you for your kind words, Detective Taria. Once I return to the apartment, I know I'll have much to learn from you. Hey, it's a little early for that kind of talk, don't you think? We don't even know if they'll let you back on the force after the hearing. Yeah, I suppose you're right, Detective. I shouldn't have spoken so brashly. Stop that, please. I always thought you'd been a better cop if you listened to your fellow detectives a bit more. Suppose there's a lot you have to learn from me, huh? No, you're right, Detective Taria. I was so brash before. It's probably how I ended up here. I'm 90% sure this dialogue is still identical to the first time we've been through it. Give me one moment. Hang on. What? Give me a second. This is okay. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for dropping the spy, Ito. To tell you the truth, it's been a tough time for all of us. It's better to stick together. We're all on the same team, after all, right? Maybe once you're back, me and you can partner up. I can only hope I'll be so lucky. Right. Look, I gotta get back to my office. You need anything else? Well, I was thinking about... no, I possibly couldn't bother you. You're so busy. It's fine. I can handle it. Go on. Well, I know I shouldn't, but I've been doing a little research in an unofficial capacity, you know? I was wondering if you could pull a file for me. I can't give you access to the system. You're suspended, besides. It'd be against regulations, and... I guess if you stay on that side of the counter, I could get Ishibashi to help you. Don't think this means we're best friends or anything. It's just repayment for the Kennomichi. Oh, thank you, but Taria... Detective Taria? I wouldn't want to impose on your busy schedule. Again? Stand up. Saki, I'm going back to my office. Look up the file Ito wants, launch the search query, which is my name. Got it? Yes, sir. Of course. I'll be in my new office all afternoon, so direct any calls there. Clear? Yes, sir. I think he's gone. Damn, Mayami. I mean, I've twisted some guys around my finger before, but that was something else. Don't think it'll take long to get your office back if you keep working that magic. Mayami, listen to me very closely. It's very, Very important you teach me how to do that for professional purposes. I think you're all right on your own, Saki. Oh, fine, be that way. Anyway, you've got Taria's sign-off. What did you want me to look up for you? On March 4th, 1996, there was a raid on a compound belonging to a cult called the Kamenkai. I'd like the official report, plus anything else you can find on it. Wow. That's some heavy reading material. I'll get right on it, boss. It doesn't seem like there's much to go on here. Looks like there's only one file. Alright, I'll put it on the USB for you so you can take it with you. Just don't tell anyone. Here you go. Thanks, Saki. I owe you one. You owe me more than one, Ayami. See you around. Alright, so we're going back to the apartment. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is new stuff that we get for playthrough 2. Okay, I think so. This is the first commendation I reached as a detective. Kasuke held onto it for a long time. I think he cared about it more than I did. That day, the ground under the sakura tree was covered with fallen leaves. It looked like a red and yellow carpet, as theatrically as it's always done. I pulled a medal out of the tree, hollow, showed it to him. Behold, a commendation given to the young junior detective who cracked that homicide case. Wow, commendation. You only just started. That's amazing. Here, take it. It's yours. Huh? Why are you giving it to me? Don't you want it? It's a big deal to get something like this. I wouldn't have been able to pull the case if it wasn't for your advice. I smiled and turned the other way, just like you said. At first, it was unbearable, but then that confidence started to become real. Suddenly, I wasn't thinking about how hard I had it. I was able to think about the case and do what I was supposed to do, all because of a smile. What'd I tell you? Smiles can be just as effective as making you a better detective as a good bowl of ramen. Ugh, I need more Gatorade! Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I want you to have it. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Tanaka. Thanks, Ayami. We looked at each other and then laughed out loud, like we always did from that day forward. He asked me to call him Kazuki. I always loved the sound of his name. Not that it's a special name or has any special meaning, but when I said it, I felt I'd earned it somehow. Hell, I don't even remember what case I got the medal for. Hardly matters. It's a reminder of how Kazuki and I got to where we are. Okay. Kazuki and I in the spring. We always did love watching the cherry blossoms every year. We looked so happy then with all those beautiful flowers there, like the world was made for us alone. Weirdly enough, the person who took this picture was the same boss who resisted my promotion in my early days as a detective. 1 year after I joined the force, he started giving me harder and harder cases. It started as a test, but it soon was obvious he recognized my skill. When he found out I was dating another detective, I thought all my hard work would be undone. Instead, he sighed and said, "Well, for someone as strong-willed and stubborn as you are, you sure picked the right guy." He just bought a new camera and he wanted to show it off, so he offered to take our picture. Hear that? Stubborn and strong-willed. It's like you're a grade school bully. Hey, that's not fair. Although I was pretty tough then. You still are. You're a pretty unstoppable team, you and I. Together. Kazuki. As the memories came back to me, so did the sorrow and the pain of his loss. I fell to my knees and cried. I couldn't help it. I begged whoever would listen to let him be alive somehow. Kazuki, everything you give me is so full of memories. Now that you're gone, they feel tainted. When I see them, I don't smile like I used to. Kazuki, where are you? Alright, now we look at the laptop. No. I thought if I got hard evidence or something on paper, the confusion would go away. What I felt when I held the mask isn't supposed to be real. But 12 people died in the cult that had it. Rain is mixed up with it somehow. It's a coincidence, it has to be. The historian talked about cults and rituals, but people in cults won't believe anything. But that doesn't explain what I've seen. Enough. I want the truth. I want to rest. This only makes it more confusing. Keep going. I have to keep going. It seems strange now, but you'll find the truth. Find something. Anything. Find the truth. Make everything normal. There's truth in here. 2 kids and an adult go out. That matches what Takashi said. Why is the location of the cult a secret? It's all being covered up. They don't want me to find it. But I'll find the truth one way or another. Another investigation +1. We already read all of this in a previous playthrough. So we'll just exit. The report's unclear, but it's obvious the mask had a part to play in those 12 people's deaths. A young girl's suicide in Shinjuku made me aware of the dark. And now I know that an ancient mask can be used to find a door that may be the key to getting Kazuki back. Learning about those 2 facets of the mystery was supposed to be enough to show me the way to the dark, but even though I can feel the dark, something's still wrong. A piece is still missing. My gut tells me the missing information I need has to do with what happened to the common Kai. I have to make the Kawana woman talk. She's the only one alive who can tell me what happened that night. Alright, so we're going to exit the apartment. We're going to go back to Kamakura. And with this broken memories, we're going to take... Whoa. My switch cursor went all over the place. We're overwriting slot 2. According to the little guide here. Every so often, the page on the little guide here goes wonky. Yeah, so... Interesting. You. I told you to stay away from my family. Don't drag my grandchild into this any more than you already have. Stay back. I have questions about the Common Kai, the group your daughter and son-in-law were a part of. You're the only one alive who remember. Common Kai. I don't know anything about it. Leave me alone. Grandma, enough. Listen to yourself. Do you even realize you're lying anymore? Takashi told us everything. And you, Ito, just because this investigation's important to you, doesn't give you the right to barge in here. Your grandmother and I need to talk. If it upsets you, maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house I grew up in, as much as mine, as much as Grandma's. If you have something to say, you can say it in front of me. Just a little while ago, I found out my parents died in some cult, and no one even knows why. You think hearing that was easy for me? I want to help you, Ito, but it's all deceit and lies that are starting to hurt people. What I'm chasing is so much worse. Tell that to the poor man in the station. He's in the hospital now, terrified out of his wits. People aren't here to be used for information and then thrown away while you move on. They have lives too. bringing up the past can hurt. Surely you of all people understand that. I do, but ignoring the past won't make it go away. And there's unfinished business from the common kind that needs to be taken care of. But what's left to talk about? Everyone's dead, right? Right. I promise to talk to you all about this later. For now, let me end the detective talk. Go on. You were cooking us dinner, weren't you? All right. We'll talk about it later, but I'll be in the room if you need me. So you found me out. Now that I know, I suppose there's no point keeping it a secret any longer. The truth is, my daughter would never have joined the Common Kai if it weren't for me. I convinced her and her husband to join. I was already a member. At the time I joined, my husband had left me, and I had lost my job, suddenly leaving me a single, unemployed mother who could barely support her doctor. That's when Tokimasa found me and told me that society stigmatized and shunned me was fiction. A great machine to be found. Of course, he used me as he did everyone else. Desperately wanted to hear that my struggles weren't my fault. And the Common Kai stole everything from me. My youth, my mind, and my child. Gosh darn it! I have unstable connection again? What the heck? I don't get it. And then one day in 1996, they all died. The cause of death was buried, and no autopsies were performed. Or if they were hidden. Why? It's simple. The government didn't care about some dead cultists in the woods, and covered it up so the papers wouldn't sensationalize their deaths. That's it? After everything I found, you expect me to believe that? 12 people died that day, and no one knows why. What happened? Tell me the truth. You want to know what happened so badly? Fine, I'll tell you. He died for nothing, following the footsteps of a madman who believed life was an illusion. In a word of other compounds and groups we can rated, spread, Tokimasa began warning us that the end was near. He believed that the world was collapsing, and it was time for him and his followers to abandon the flesh and find purity amongst the gods. My Emiko, she didn't die for some conspiracy. She chose death, because she no longer had an anchor to reality, and it was my fault. Beyond that, I don't know what happened to them. No, you do know something. In the report that it says after the officers cleared the bodies, they found the mask, the same one you handed to me 6 months ago. Side note, I love using my crazy old lady voice. This is the one game where I get to, like, fully crank it out. And I love doing that. That's... Tokimasa always kept it to himself. Shane granted him sight into the realm of the kami. Yeah, give me a second. I got puzzle pieced again. Well, not again, but you know what I mean. I needed it. You'd understand. It allowed us to see strange things in people who were gone. The guru was a fool, a fake, but the mask was real. There was a rumor that the cult members were killed by one of their own. Surely you didn't. No, you'd understand. I would never kill my own child. I didn't take the mask. It was given to me. One day, a man, some journalist or such, showed up at my door carrying the mask. I couldn't believe it. I begged him for it, and he stood there smiling at me. His eyes were like none I had ever seen. It was strange. All that he wanted in exchange for the mask was a picture of Emiko. When I joined the cult, I was forced to give out my possessions, and only had one left, but I gave it to him nevertheless. I thought if I had the mask, I could find her, that maybe she would forgive me.
As soon as I had in my hands, my mind opened. I could hear her voice.
So you went to the sewers chasing after her, thinking you could save her.
Takashi told me that as well, did he? Yes, it's true. Emiko was crying out to me, begging me to find her and free her from a dark place. I would have given anything to hold her in my arms again and plead for her forgiveness. I don't care if you believe me or not.
Just like Kazuki was calling out to me. I do believe you were probably some of the few people left alive who know what this mask is capable of. If you really thought it'd help you'd find her, then why'd you give it to me?
Because I was wrong. At first, I only followed whispers. Then I found myself in a strange labyrinth, chasing after her shade. The days bled together. I lost track of my grandchildren, of the shrine. It was an illusion. No matter how hard I tried, I never found her. I only became more and more disconnected from the world around me. I descended into madness. I was being used again, just like Tokimasa had used me so many years before. I tried getting rid of it, throwing it away, burning it. None of it worked. It always came back. And when I did, the visions and whispers only got worse. So I put it out of my mind and tried as much as I could to live a life of solitude and ignore the screams of my daughter. Then you came. And when you did, the mask was screaming out in voices I had never heard before. I thought it was a sign, so I gave it to you. I didn't even have time to breathe a sigh of relief before I heard a gunshot ring out. No one else ran. I think I was the only one who knew what that sound was. Sound for what it was. I thought the mask was punishing me once again by taking Mai away from me. Instead, it had passed tragically onto another. I'm sorry. Perhaps the knowledge of the mask should die with us.
There is one other person who knows about the mask. A girl named Reina. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anybody by that name. Do you expect me to know everyone who's been touched by the mask?
No. But you were involved with a group that worshipped it. Are you sure you're telling me everything?
Yes. What good would accusing an old woman do? Unless you're chasing someone too.
Let me take a Gatorade sip real quick.
That must be it.
Sorry about that, Pop. My Gatorade bottle decided to do a thing.
Mai told me you lost someone. Your partner in the police, right? If I'm right, then I suggest you stop your search. The place I was shown by the mask was not meant for the living. I barely escaped with my life. Stop while your mind and body remained intact. What if I told you there was another option?
What other option?
In the months since I met you, I've had time to examine the ancient texts in this shrine. And the mask got further away. It loosened its grip on my mind. I knew it would someday make its way back to me, and so I became determined to find a way to protect myself and my grandchildren from its influence. The darkness of the Kamikai and their ritual objects are but manipulations to sever a connection with what is truly divine. The mask breeds darkness. Dark forces can invade all manner of living and non-living things, driving them to violence or death. That which is evil cannot be used or tolerated. It must be destroyed. It is the only way to save us from its grip.
Destroy the mask? I thought you just said it couldn't be done.
Not physically.
Grandma, is everything all right? I overheard you talking about that mask again.
Yes, dear, but you needn't worry. In fact, it's good you're here, as this talk involves you. Mai, you've trained in exorcism and purification rituals for quite some time, haven't you? Such a ritual could purify the mask and turn it into a mere piece of wood. Given we gather the right materials, of course. I can tell from the look in your eyes that you think me to be senile, but I'm quite serious. Even modern rituals have ancient roots, and with enough conviction, they are still capable of great power. Before, I was content to die as long as the mask didn't hurt my children, as I was too feeble to do what was necessary myself. But now, seeing you here, I see a second chance to do what is right. If you truly do know what the mask is, then you must help me destroy it. Slow down. I didn't come here to be involved in a ritual or exorcism or whatever you call it. I only want the truth about the common Kai, which you still haven't given me. You're a stubborn one, aren't you? So be it. I can see there is only one way to change your mind. The only trace of what happened that day would be at the common Kai compound itself. The records of its location are lost and were never made public, but I know where it is. What's the catch? Go there. Search for your truth. See what worshipping the mask wrought. When you return, you'll help me destroy it. What makes you so confident I'll change my mind? I went back once, years ago, and in all honesty, I'm not sure why. Perhaps to more remind myself of my sins. What I saw and felt in that place, it was tainted by darkness and death. Those two things are all the mask will bring you. And there is something else. I had a feeling you'd say that. The heavy, unnatural air I felt when I returned to the compound. It had the same stench, the same quality of the tunnels where I searched for Emiko. Sounds like superstition to me. So where exactly is it that you went in exchange for the information? I believe the energies of the mask in that place are linked. I want you to bring something back from there. Anything. It might help in the ritual. Looking for the truth will not bring you peace, Detective. Purifying the mask very well might. Remember that. The compound is in the forest of Okigahara. Okigahara? Hey, that's the... What a dreadful name. I suppose those woods have seen their fair share of tragedy and death. Ito, you can't just go charging there. It's dangerous. What if you get lost? GPS doesn't work in there, and I've heard even compasses won't point north. Not only that, but, well, a lot of people will go in there to die. I don't think you should go. You two keep talking about the mask like it's some evil spirit causing you pain, but I think the pain you're feeling isn't caused by a mask. It's just you. So many nights after that girl died in the shrine, I had nightmares. Every corner I went around, I thought I'd see her there. It wasn't a ritual or a charm that made me better, though. I just stopped listening to the fear. I confronted it. When you took me to see Takashi, it was the first time I'd left Kamakura since April. It's embarrassing to admit, but I was scared. And yeah, Takashi telling me all that stuff about Mom and Dad was scary, but it was the truth. I was hiding from some demon I'd invented myself. Anyway, I know you might not listen to me, but I don't think you should put yourself in danger just so you can keep chasing your demons. Maybe you're right, but some demons have a way of spreading to others. Seeing the Kamakai compound is something I have to do. Well, it's your choice, but Nakigahara is huge. How are you going to find one compound? Maya makes a good point. It's been a long time. Are you sure you remember where it is? Of course I do. I know you too much think of me, but I'm not senile. It's a hike away from a bus stop on the outskirts of Narashawa. We used to go into town occasionally for supplies. Several miles from the bus stop, there's a clearing and a path. They're used time to time by the Forest Service. I'll draw you a map before you leave. It continues for quite some time, and eventually it will be blocked off. Keep going forward. Don't turn back or leave the path. The Forest can play tricks on you. Supposing the path is still there, it seems pretty incredible to me that the compound would have been left alone all these years. It still stands. After all, why would they bother to go and dismantle it? Go. Search for whatever truth you think you find. But be careful, Detective. Do what must be done, then leave. Staying there is dangerous. I hope that once you enter that place and feel the energy I did, you'll have the sense to see what I never could. You understand, don't you? The mask must be purified.
We're going to say I understand.
Good. I'll begin preparations for the ceremony regardless. I shear out. She's never said anything like that to me before. It must have really scared her. Listen, I'll help with this ritual because I think it will help Grandma get better. But don't get yourself killed. I know in your eyes I'm probably just a kid, but I know how much it hurts to want the truth. Takashi obsessed over the past, and I was miserable not knowing. Grandma was went insane on top of that. Grandma said it herself. You're still young. You should forget about all this and start over. And you might not want to hear this, but listening to you talk about masks and spirits, well, you sound like that girl at the shrine. It scares me, and it should scare you too. Take care of yourself, Ito.
Okay. We leave. We go to Akikohara. And we override Broken Memories 3.
Is this it? The path? It must be, just like the old woman said. Honestly, I was hoping it wouldn't be here. It's all so convenient, like it's part of some little game. What was that noise? No. Why here? Leave me alone.
Ahem. I am now going to quote a line from the guide. Important. The Akikohara sequence can get quite confusing, so make sure you are following along carefully. So, we keep going all the way to the right. And keep going. Ignore the creepiness. Ignore the gap and keep going. It would automatically trigger a cutscene. Yeah, I forgot how creepy this part is. Slightly.
Reina, what is she doing here? Huh? Where am I? No. Anywhere but here. I don't want to remember this. Why now?
Aye. Why did you come here?
You've left me to die again, haven't you? It was your fault that this happened to me.
You're so selfish. You never cared about what happens to anyone but yourself. People who get hurt along the way are just collateral damage. It's all about you and what you want. You. You're not looking for me. You only want to hurt the girl, and to hurt the old woman, to see everyone who gets in your way suffer.
No, that's not true. I would have done anything to change what happened to you. Make it go away. I can't bear to look anymore. Stop. Make it stop. I don't want to remember. What a great idea. Remembering hurts, doesn't it? Let me take away all that pain. Let's forget together, Ayami-chan.
Yet we then do any direction. For Let's Forget Together. We run all the way to the right and keep going. We run to the right until we can find a statue.
I don't you see this statue? I feel good.
Yeah, it's the same as the first time around. We do another one to the right, keep going. Run all the way to the right and keep going again, ignoring the creepiness of the background. We now have another short cutscene. Which was a perfect excuse for me to drink more Gatorade. Jeez, the way you were sleeping, I thought you'd never wake up. Where? Kasuke, thank goodness you're okay. I knew I'd find you. Find me? What are you talking about? I haven't gone anywhere. I saw you on the ground. Reina, she slit your throat. That must have been a hell of a nightmare you had. Nothing a good cup of coffee can't fix. Speaking of which, I fixed the coffee machine so you can officially file that case is closed. Hey, you okay? You look a little out of it. Take your time getting ready. I'll be in the other room. Yeah, thanks, Kazuki. What is this? I was looking for something, wasn't I? Why can't I remember? My heart's beating a mile a minute. I can't shake this feeling of dread that's hanging in the air. This is real, right? I want it to be real. Alright, we go to the living room. Oh, welcome back to the real world, sleepyhead. Samurai-man! How you doing? Huh. You're not dressed? You didn't forget about our picnic, did you? Picnic? We were gonna have a picnic in the park and see the cherry blossoms, remember? Well, happy birthday to you, Samurai Man. I know it's not exactly traditional, but I figured we could grab a pizza on the way over, too. It's an important time of year, after all. Did you forget that, too? Don't you remember when the cherry blossoms fell and you saved those two girls at the shrine? You're a hero. Saved? No, I'm no hero. She died. I killed her. She always was trying to stop us from... Stop me from... Kazuki, something doesn't feel right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Of course it is. We're together. The sun's out. We've got Lady Fluff. Yeah! The whispers in the background. I hear the whispers in the background. I don't know if you guys can. We now have a sanity rating of -84. Isn't this what you wanted? With your parents gone, Lady Fluff and I are the only family you've got left. This is where you belong. And we love you, Ayami-chan. That's why you'll come with us. Come on. We've got to get going. Go where? Where are you taking me? Somewhere safe. Safe? Why? Where was I going? Where's the path? The path isn't for you. It leads to suffering. So let's leave the path and be happy. Forever. Oh boy. Picnic. Isn't this nice? We're all here like one big happy family. I'm still incredibly unsettled. I know how this plays out. I'll never feel comfortable during this sequence. We don't need anyone else. Repeated ad nauseum. It's better this way. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here where it's safe. Stay here and rot Ayami. Kasuki, what's the matter with you? Nothing is the matter. We're exactly where we need to be. This is all so wonderful. I've taken you somewhere safe, just like I promised. Far away from places you don't belong. You'll stay here so you can't hurt anyone anymore. Free from all those pesky, painful memories. So let's forget together. Lie down where it's comfortable and stay there forever and ever and ever. No. Ignoring the pain won't make it go away. Kasuki wouldn't want me to forget. He'd tell me to keep going. I know this place. I've been here before. It's drenched in the same suffering as it was then. Reina, why did you take me here? Yeah, Don't Make Me Remember is like scrawled in background text all over the place. Why won't you leave me alone? Why do you want to hurt me so badly? Why did you come here? Don't make me remember. Yeah, that's a -1 sanity, alright. And we're back. I've never felt Reina's presence so strongly before. If I didn't come to my senses, I might have. Why now? What's in this forest that she doesn't want me to see? -85 to sanity. Okay. So we're back in the very confusing part. We just keep going over and over, and we ignore the statues, yeah, if they exist on this run. Yep, we ignore those. Until recently, I lived my life thinking that there was no room for belief. Belief was an excuse, a way of wiggling out from under the weight of cold truths. Now as I relive another memory, walking the same steps of another life, I'm not sure what my truth is worth anymore. Can a world split in two have both be real simultaneously? Is it belief that I'm doing the right thing? That what's driving me forward now? Either way, there's no going back. Okay, we enter the compound. Okay, so we walk slightly to the right and enter the first room. Manny? Reina? Where were you? I missed you. Shh, keep your voice down, sweetheart. I can't stay long. Why not? Why can't you stay with me anymore? Well, that's complicated. The Guru thinks it's best we're apart for a while. He has big plans for us, and for you especially. Who cares about all that? The background voice is still completely freaked me out. Honey, it's not that simple. Why not? Why don't you just be there? Because you're so pure and perfect. I know you love me, but I'm no good if I stay with you. He says I'll corrupt you. But I'm so weak, I wanted to see you. It's our little secret, okay? Okay, Mommy. Is it my fault you can't stay with me anymore? Oh, Reina, no, of course not. It's me. You're going to be a big, important person someday. I can't hold you back.
I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but someday you'll understand. Tokimasa has big plans for you. He told me so himself. He said you're the key to everything, because you're so pure. Remember when we left the city? Because everyone's so mean and out for themselves. They're all stained by corruption, but not us. Not you anyway. I thought you said we were going home. We can't. Tokimasa says the Great Machine's done for. That all of those corrupt people will kill each other in wars, and we'll be left. But you'll be there to guide them. Soon. You've been chosen by Tokimasa. I don't want anybody to die. Yes, me neither, sweetie, but like I said, Tokimasa has figured out a new ritual, and you'll be able to help everyone. I understand. Why are you saying all these rude things? Now, Reina, it's not easy for me either, but it's not about what we want all the time. If you do this, it will help me. You want to help Mommy, don't you? Yeah, I guess. Exactly, so let's smile, okay? Hey, guess what? What? Before the ritual, there's gonna be a big celebration, just for you.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure all of this is identical to the first run through again, but still, we do what we do.
It'll be a big feast. What's that mean? It's a big meal where everyone gets to eat all the food they want. It's like a party. Doesn't it sound fun? I guess so. Then I can come see you again. Do you promise? Yeah, afterwards we'll all go out together for the ritual. I'm scared. I thought you said it was just me. Like I said, sweetheart, you've been chosen. Tokimasa says you'll gain the sight to guide us to salvation. Okay. Hey, don't look sad. You'll get me crying, if you do. And you don't want to see Mommy cry, do you? No. Good, Reina. I need you to listen to me now. Here, I want you to have this. It's Mommy's amulet. The one I've kept since I was little. I want you to have it for the ritual. When it starts, I want you to hold it and keep your eyes shut, okay? If you get scared, just hold it tight and think of me, okay? But the amulet is yours. Don't you need it? What if something bad happens to you? It's more important that you have it now. Promise me that you'll do what I asked. I promise. Let's make a pinky promise. Okay. And you know what happens when you break a pinky promise, right? Yeah, you should get my pinky fall off. Exactly. We wouldn't want that now, would we?
Hey, Zidon, what's going on?
After tomorrow, things might be different, maybe even a little scary, but it's not all bad. The most important thing is that Tokimasa told us we'll be together. I love you, Reina. I love you too, Mommy.
So we got another +5 to the investigation, and we're going to click read.
Several months after my travels brought me to Kamakura, I began to hear strange rumors of a spirit haunting the hills. Mothers told their children the story to scare them and keep them indoors. Samurai boasted of having glimpsed the monster through the trees to prove their manliness. I took no heed of the old wives' tale until people started disappearing. It started with a woodcutter who claimed to have seen a ghost, that vanished soon after. He was the first, but soon there were others, a group of children, then a group of men who went after them. Each disappearance was signaled by strange, youthful laughter piercing the silence of the night. Now we're confined to the village, too frightened to enter the woods to look for them. It's as if we're being hunted. I don't know what to do. Last night I stared into the darkness, the woods, and I thought I saw a strange, inhuman face staring back at me. The rest is torn off. I should leave it.
Okay. We have hit maximum investigation. Okay. We enter the second room, and we talk to... everybody from left to right, I think. No, I'm in the wrong order. Oh, Raina, you shouldn't be in here.
Huh? Why not?
The feast isn't for you, it's for us, the impure who must prepare themselves. I'm, again, convinced that this dialogue doesn't change, but I don't remember the note from the first time around. Tokimasu, I'm just gonna speed my way through this. I just can't right now. Tokimasu says the impure must purify themselves by feasting and expunging the darkness from their bodies. If I can remain uncorrupted, even someone worthless like me will be able to ascend to a higher plane. I don't think you're worthless. Everyone keeps telling me I'm so special, but no one visits me anymore, and whereas everyone else, are they hiding from me now too? The others with the guru prepare themselves for tomorrow. Don't worry, Arena, everything will be clear tomorrow. There's nothing to fear. Okay, I'm gonna go to... What's wrong, Emiko? The order makes no sense. Oh, Reina, what are you doing here? You scared me. I'm sorry. That's alright, you didn't mean it, did you? No, there's nothing to worry about. Do you want something? Why isn't Takashi or the baby here with you? He and his sister were not meant for the path of purity, not like you. The night before the ritual, I must unburden myself of thoughts of them. What does unburden mean? Unburden, Reina, it means I have to forget them. Yes, forget the children, Emiko. Becoming too attached to our offspring is part of mankind's great machine. It is a lie. This was a test. Yeah, it still makes me feel gross reading this. They did not pass. You must. We are so close to our goal. Yes, of course. I will not shackle myself to meaningless connections. Reina, don't worry. Tomorrow is a great ritual Tokimasu as envisioned. And you're the guest of honor. Everything will be all right. Really? Yes, of course. Now run along. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Nothing. It's nothing. The ritual is soon. It will be a time of great change. Go away. Why? Tomorrow you will guide us, but look at you. So young. We must be resilient. Fear is a pure emotion. All forms of life feel fear. To fear is not weakness, but a test. You are testing me. The guru is wise. Are you okay? You're looking at me funny again. It's nothing. What do you want? Oh, do you know where Takashi is? Weak. They're weak. Don't think about them. Don't cloud your thoughts. You must remain as you are. You needn't worry. Tokimasu will guide us. Just wait. And finally... Hey, can I have a little of that? The great Tokimasu instructed us not to give you any food at the feast. Oh. Don't you see? You are pure at the feast. The indulgence is there to test us, to show us that we are corrupted with the stains of impurity. This is a reminder of how the great machine of man keeps our souls shackled and chained. Yeah, I still hate all of this. Those who are closest must turn away from the righteous path. Right, but you're very lucky, yes, so lucky to be in Tokimasu's favor. He chose you to be the bearer of the mask, to see the great door to the pure realm. Those other children who were taken, that was too a test to find the most pure among you. You understand, don't you? I don't know. Oh, yes, of course. You are but a child. Tokimasu says, you children are much wiser than us, that your understanding of the world is untainted. Where's Mommy? Mommy? Ah, yes, I imagine she's with the guru. She is in need of the guru's love. Yes, her mind has gone astray of late, at such a key moment. The guru will show her that way, don't worry. Mother, father, sister, brother, it doesn't matter. We are your family. You should go back to your bed. I don't know why the guru lets someone so important wander freely. What if something happened to you, like the others? What others? Do not fear, child. The great Tokimasa's prophecy will come to pass. There will be no fear very soon. You should go to sleep, child, and remember, do not eat this meal. It is for us, the pitiful. We pick up the bowl. The priests prepared my spirit for its ascension as I prepared my mind for my duty. Carefully, they dipped the brush into the bowl and wrote the symbol upon my breast using my lifeblood as ink. Only then would I signal my readiness to become its vessel. Only then would the sacrifice of my kin mean something. Is it over? Okay. Ugh. Okay. We're getting into new stuff. I can't let my daughter be in the ritual. That's not for you to decide. You know her importance. But the Guru says she can show us. But she's my daughter. Takemasa hasn't told us what he's going to do to her. She is our daughter, Hisako. What if it doesn't work like he says? She's so young. You doubt him? No. It's because she's so young that she was chosen. Her mind is not stained by regret, sadness, or corruption. She's perfect. I know that. Just... Then why hesitate? The Guru tells us we're approaching the moment that will bring us true peace. The culmination of everything that we've worked for. Somehow your child is the focal point. He says that she will be granted a sight even more profound than his own. She can lead us. I only want to make sure she's okay. He promised me she'd be safe, but now I'm not so sure. The Guru will make sure that she's taken care of. She'll want for nothing to be blessed with a new sight. It's the only way. The world is on the brink of ruin, and there's no time left. My own children will... Himiko, don't worry, they'll be safe. No, my own mother betrayed me. She dragged my children away to die in the filth. I'm sorry. I must be strong soon. We'll have no more worries and transcend our flesh. You know, don't you? I saw you outside when you told us. Yes. All the things I studied, they were only ever used by corrupt people to control one another, to hurt one another. Soon we'll be free of all that. We'll escape the suffering of this world and be reborn. And that will be Rena. And it will be Rena who shows us the way. She'll be the bridge. You're right. I always knew she was special. Even when she was growing inside me, I could feel it. Promise me again. Promise me she'll be taken care of. Okay, so... we pick up the knife. Through the caverns, the sounds of my brethren's dying grasps echoed off the walls. It came slowly at first, then became louder and louder, and was soon joined by the screams of women and children. The time for sealing my covenant was nigh, and the only death we had orchestrated would satisfy it. Once the priest had finished his preparations, he knelt before me, and without hesitation, I slid the blade into his heart. We read the sign. It's a note written in a fairly modern hand. It's possible it was written by Tokimasa himself. The end is coming. I can see their twisted shapes walking in the shadows. The fools don't see the punishment that has been brought upon us for our sins. It can only lead them to salvation. I have studied the texts. The old texts uncover the truths. Soon I will prepare the girl. Her purity will banish the darkness and lead our souls to the land of the Kami. My faithful are not afraid to die, and so will lead the others to do what must be done. Tomorrow I will begin the final preparations, and Miko assures me that those who eat the meal will die a pure death. Through my guidance, she has prepared my own means of salvation as well. All I need is a bit of the girl's blood, and all will be right. The stain upon the world from the machine of man will soon be erased. I'm convinced that the only reason why I'm seeing all this shit is because my sanity is so high. Anyway, there's my Neki Neko. Anyway, we now exit, run down the stairs to the left, and there's an amulet on the ground. What's this? It looks so simple an amulet. How did I not notice it before? What's this? I feel strange, like I'm back there again. Yeah, I forgot about this cutscene. Where am I? The forest path. I saw things and started running. When I found the amulet, it cut away the fog that had been surrounding me and showed me the truth. The mask, the Kamenkai, Reina was there the whole time. Another -5 to sanity. They all killed themselves and made her wear the mask. That day is when it started, when Reina became the mask bearer, when her suffering truly began. The pulse of the dark had changed again, and the fuzzy image I had before had snapped into focus. Everything I need to put an end to this is in my hands. Okay, so we have another broken memories. According to the guide, it says, override in memory 4, do not override this save. How long has it been, I wonder? A man in a sewer, a girl with red hair, and a detective chasing them both. No, I'm not a detective anymore. I'm only a puppet dancing on its strings. That doesn't sound like me. I'm so stretched out it feels like the slightest breeze could topple me. Each time I get close to the truth, something drags me away. Or maybe all those horrible things haven't happened yet, so I'm just riding the train home where Kazuki will be waiting for me. In another life, maybe there's an Ayami that's happy instead. I'm stuck in the life I've got, and I don't know how much more I can take. Did I really see all those things in the forest? Was that real? Has any of it been? I don't know anymore. Every time I get a handle on the rules, something comes along and breaks them. But there were things I saw, things I couldn't have known about Tokimasa's Kamenkai on my own. With me there's a little wooden mask that so many have died for, and now I'm planning to use it on myself. It doesn't feel right. It was her pain that I felt in the compound. Even now, the dark doesn't seem so unfamiliar. I can feel it calling to me. That must have been the moment that changed everything, the focal point of all of her misery. The dark is steeped in that same torment, the suffering of a scared little girl. Blech! Words! I wonder if it's the real Reina I've seen, or is that girl long dead? Either way, whatever is left of her is in the dark with Kazuki. My only chance to see Kazuki again is to go into those filthy tunnels and find the door. Only then will I have any hope of using it to change his fate. But I'd be walking into a trade where the other side has their hand behind their back, and I'd be forced to accept the cost of that question. Kazuki Tanaka, the man I've suffered so much for, has been silent. To find him and the door, I'll have to use the mask. I've seen what Reina's become as a result of the mask. Would that happen to me? Now that I know the way, is that what I really want? That horrible object was made out of suffering. 2 different groups fed it with the death of innocence. Why play its game? The entirety of the new Kamenkai died for it. It drove me and the man I loved to the darkest depths we've ever known. Why shouldn't I destroy it? I know why. Because I'd be destroying Kazuki and Reina along with it. I've done everything I can do to prepare myself, but there's no more time to think. It's time to put an end to all this one way or another. Shinjuku and Kamakura, the 2 places where my path started, are also where it has to end. This is it. I need to choose. Will I follow the path further into darkness, or return to the light? So, this is the split point that we were at before. With a sanity of negative 90, a professionalism of 30, an investigation of 100, and a neurosis of negative 30, making me insane, professional, meticulous, and stressed, we are going for the same ending we got the first time. Because, reasons. So we go to Kamakura. It felt strange to be back on the streets doing everything that I did. Ancient cults, a troubled family, and a girl named Reina, all united by the history of death and suffering caused by a simple object. All that meaningless death of innocent people, and for what? To protect mankind? To make us better? Don't make me laugh. No more. I've gone down the rabbit hole far enough, and I refuse to be a slave to the mask any longer. I'll destroy it, turn it back to ashes, and do the world a favor. My final defiant act, as reality breaks apart, is at the seams. The Kiwanis are waiting for the shrine. They know as well as I did the torment the mask brings with it. Let's hope the other one can do what she says she can. Alright. Oh yay, I forgot about this. Not again. I won't let you control me. Why now? Is this trying to stop me? That's where no death and suffering it shouldn't be in this world. Maybe those people were trying to restore things. Why am I thinking about that? I have to keep moving. What is this feeling? Fear? Afraid to go forward, I have to go back. I can't move. Death. Everything about this place, it feels like death. What if I'm wrong? Kazuki? Rina? They could still be down there. That's what it wants. That's why I need to destroy it. But, oh God, what will happen and why is it pleading with me? All those lives trapped in the mask wanting to be free, don't they? Then why? I could still turn back. Now's my last chance. I'm so confused. What do I do? Yeah, okay. Enter the shrine again. Okay, so this is officially labeled as ending 2. Hey, Quan, it's been a while. How you doing? Huh? Ito? So you came after all? Yes, of course she did. She knew it was the right thing to do. You brought something, didn't you, from the compound? I did. I found an old one, an amulet. You are right, the darkness I felt there was the same. Seriously? Wait, is this actually real? When I was there, I saw visions from the past, of people who are gone now. I know about the ritual Tokimasa tricked them into performing. How could you have let it happen? I'm just gonna speed read through this. I'm 80% sure none of the dialogue is gonna change. Even though I really want to do the old lady voice. There's no answer I can give you that would satisfy you. No answer? Is that the best you can do? That's why you fled, isn't it? You knew all about Tokimasa's ritual and what would happen to everyone who was left behind, yet you took Mai and Takashi and ran and did nothing to stop it. Stop it. Who could have changed? What could I have changed? Emika knew what she meant from her children as well as I did. She was willing to die, however Tokimasa told her to. I couldn't persuade my own daughter to save herself. You think I didn't try? The police never would have believed an old woman talking about ancient rituals. I had no choice. They were monsters. They weren't monsters. They were lost, looking for answers in a world that had none for them. Much like you, like us. In my years with the mask, I could hear them sometimes in the darkness, along with the voices I did not recognize. I always thought they were vengeful, restless. punishing me for my sins. Once we purify the mask, perhaps they will forgive us. Did you find the girl chasing you, this Reyna? Did you ask her for forgiveness? Forgiveness? I'm not sure if that's possible anymore. After everything that girl went through, all of her self-hatred and sorrow are a part of the mask now. I felt it all at the shrine of the day that I shot her. Do you think that this will help put a stop to all of it? The whispers, Reyna, all the strange things we've seen? Atonement is a journey, one that expands past our time on this earth. Will at least allow us to the final step towards righting our own sins. Our sins, huh? Hold on, this is the only thing I've done good luck rituals and harmless little blessings. This is different. Grandma, this is real. I don't know if I can do this. Calm yourself. Our ritual is meeting in its very act. It's the God's way of preparing us for the true test. You're a pure child. You are a pure child, and combined with your will that will give us the ritual power will work if it must. Why me? Because you are not corrupted by it. Only you can do it. You can bring your mother peace. Please, Ma, you have to try. I know you think it's crazy, but the mask has caused a lot of people to suffer. It doesn't matter if you believe us, just do it, knowing you will help me and your grandma move on. You haven't seen what we've seen, so I don't blame you for being skeptical, but you can believe in helping us, right? I just want this to end. Me too. Every day it's been harder to keep things straight, and I think that mask is partially to blame. It's silly. I'm not religious. Never have been. But I want this all to stop, to become normal again. I want to believe that it will work, and I want you to believe in you. So please, I'm begging you to try. Okay. Thank you, Mai. Mai, are you ready? I just need a moment to prepare. What if we're wrong? What do you mean? What if the mask isn't the problem? What if it's making it worse? What if we're making it worse? An old man told me that the mask didn't create shadows, it only opened your vision to them, so are we doing the right thing? What if we're missing something? Are you losing your resolve? No, it's just Tanaka is the man who died. Tanaka, the man who died, the one I was searching for, always said, "What if isn't good enough for a detective?" I guess old habits die hard, and there's still so much I don't understand. And you never will. It's a matter of faith, child. Okay, I'm ready. Emiko, please forgive me for leading you to those people, and for what happened to you. I tried to save you. I tried. I pray you find peace. Grandma, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. As the ritual continued, I felt an overwhelming sadness. Like something had been ripped out of me that I would never find again. At that moment, the whispers of the mask turned into desperate pleading screams. I closed my eyes and hugged myself like a child, utterly engulfed in fear. Then there was silence. When I opened my eyes, the mask was split in two. I knew in that moment Kazuki was dead and had been all along. We all left the shrine in silence. I never returned. Nothing was quite right after that day. Reina's presence was gone, but I started to feel other things. The shadows began to take on new, fearful shapes. Tokyo began to change. Crime that shot up, and the murder rate peaked at an all-time high that year. The police were so swamped with a wave of violence that they reinstated me as a homicide detective. The investigation into me was dropped entirely. I quit within 6 months. I just didn't have the stomach for it anymore after what happened with Kazuki. I could never focus. I'm gonna let the camera pan up for a moment, because I know we're at the ending again, but I don't think I ever saw, like, the full pan. I'm 99% certain that this is just the ending, and we're just repeating what we saw for the sake of following the guide to the letter. But also, I never did actually see the full, like, photo shot of this. But yeah, no. I'm still enjoying the crap out of this game. What if the ritual was a mistake? What if everything that happened since then was all my fault? Yeah, and it's just starting to get blurry again, and I think, yeah, the pan shot, it slowed down. Yeah, nothing's like really moving anymore. Okay. Sometimes I wake up at night wondering if the world of the dark was the truth, and my life now is a dream, and then after image from being exposed to a bright flash. I don't go out much these days. I can't bear to face the real world. Ah, flashbang! Yeah, so credits again. So yeah, I kind of find it ironic that the first ending I got on my own is the first ending other than the really, 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 really bad one is the one that I got. If you understand what I mean. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna let the credits run. I'm gonna take a second to gather my thoughts, and we're gonna. I don't know if the post cred scene is gonna change at all, but I'm just gonna take a moment. Okay. Interesting. Most interesting. You know, nothing but a crow feeding on carrion that time leaves in its wake. Forgive me for not being an impartial spectator of human suffering. The woman had her own desires, I only gave her a little push. But the result, this cannot be. Not right at all. The mask is gone from this world, I won't accept it. Why not? Why do you care? Shall I explain the reason it bothers you so? Because you've gained nothing from this truth, but make no mistake, it is a truth, another possibility. Time is not a single thread, but a complex tapestry pushed from form into another picture by the forces of fate and chance. The different threads present in a myriad of truths, but all are an aspect of the same visage nonetheless. Myriad, interesting. I wouldn't have thought one so interested in history would adhere to a single truth. Now, on the contrary, if history has taught me anything, it is that there is no one truth. The deeper one gazes, the more complex it becomes. Yes, all our truth, and a grand insight into the same puzzle. You're right, my old friend. Time is a spiral. Observing it long enough, and we may yet learn something. No, she is not your plaything. It is not your decision. There is only one way this can end. Only one way for the world to remain intact and to stop the thing that's coming. It must be protected. The role must be performed. Stubborn. So stubborn. Allow me to ask you a question. I believe I know it already. You've asked her before. Indulge me. I asked her the same thing. If the dancing puppet looks up and sees its strings, does it remain a puppet? What of fate and chance then? I answer your riddle with one of my own.
Do you see the storm clouds approaching, and although you can take shelter or alter your course, does the storm not come regardless? No fun. You've never tolerated my philosophical side. Nor are you me when I tell you how things are. I suppose it's because we are one and the same. But what of her? All I can do now is watch, but eventually she will end up there. There is only one path which will hold the world together. I don't know if that dialogue changed at all. But, with all that being said, I think we're going to call it a night. Almost 2 hours exactly. Okay, so yeah, the next time that we come through it, we are going to resume with the playthrough one of the load saves. Which are going to take a while to get through, according to my quick scrolling. So yeah, I'll see everyone next time for more of this. Have a good night, guys.